fucking gay.
Bill Nye, sex up, guys.
Folks, listen, I'd love for you to come see me do comedy live in person while that's still going on. I'm in Royersford, Pennsylvania this Friday.
Pennsylvania.
I'm in Royersford, Pennsylvania. Friday, October 16th.
Where is that?
It's, I don't know exactly where the fuck
Who
it is,
cares?
but it's Soul Joel's Outdoor Comedy Club.
Nice.
And he's not black, apparently. I thought Soul Joel was going to be an awesome black guy with a fucking...
This is just a white man with soul.
He's a white man with
He's
soul.
Australian.
So come out to that, October 16th. Then I'm at good old Magooby's Joke House, Halloween weekend, the 30th and the 31st. So come out to that, and, hopefully we'll get some other dates going if it's proven that it's fake. And we'll keep pumping. But for now, those are the dates. Come see me then, you little fucking whores.
Check out come.town. I have probably a couple new products hitting the store this week. Waiting on them to be pre-printed. That way, when you order them, they ship faster. Because usually the way we do it is I'll just roll something out, and then they wait until X amount of orders come in before printing them. And I want to put the kibosh on that, so I'm pre-ordering them myself. So when they hit the store, you order them, and they should ship relatively
right away.
Relatively quickly. Not sure if it's right away. Don't really trust
it. Will be right away.
They will do it right away.
It's going to happen immediately.
Just in case.
Locked and loaded.
Theoretically, yes, it's supposed to be right away.
And the USPS is standing by.
USPS.
You suck penis.
You suck penis.
Folks, we'll keep the post office, but I'm changing the name to You Suck Penis. And that's what you have to call them up and say, I suck penis if you want your mail. Every day.
Fuck.
Well, all right.
Time to hit the button.
Hitting the button. Goodbye, folks.
Beautiful day. You too. To kick off the show, Steve.
Absolutely.
Ricky Gervais Show with Steve Merchant.
Hello there.
And Claire Sturgis.
Hello,
Indeed.
boys.
Carl's ill. Well, he's not here. I mean, I never believe people when they're ill. I think they're always malingering. I never take any days off work. I just think you can drag yourself in unless it's life-threatening or...
To be fair, Rick, can I just stop you there? It's not so much that you take days off as you'll just suddenly decide around lunchtime that you've overeaten and you need to go and lie down.
But I'm my own
with
boss.
a cold compress.
Yeah,
and
but
a
I'm my
Swedish
own...
masseuse.
I'm my own boss.
Yeah. So it's not so much you take days off. It's not so much you take days off as you never actually do a full day's work.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Prevent that
I never take that hour and a half off a day.
Exactly.
XFM 104.9.
So what's the story, Claire? Do you know anything about Carl? Do you know what his illness is?
I think he's got this sort of cold virus that's going around. He phoned me yesterday. He did sound poorly in his defence.
Poorly.
Croaky.
Well, I'll tell you what.
He coughed a bit.
I'm not being funny. He better be in hospital.
To miss this show.
To miss this show. The flagship show of the week on XFM.
Do you know, you are right, because, and you've been away, haven't you?
Been away 2 weeks. We had the best of again. But let's start the best of.
Yeah.
Let's start the best of the last 2 weeks, shall we?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to try and get him on the phone. We're going to phone him, and I want him to really explain himself because, I think he's malingering, to be honest.
Well, he phoned me in the week and he said, Steve, don't forget, there's a documentary on Friday night about Oliver the Humanzi, the human monkey. He said to me, it's gonna be brilliant.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't brilliant.
It was...
I specially stayed in and watched it.
I taped it and watched it afterwards, and I've never seen so much hype and desperation. They kept showing the same clip of this chimpanzee that walked upright like a lot of chimps can.
Exactly,
right? It lost its hair, so it was half human, because all humans are bald.
Yeah.
So that's the half human bit. It didn't have hair. I'm sorry, humans do have hair on their heads.
Yes.
The other thing was this desperation to go, could it be half chimp? No. It's a chimp that superficially looks less like a chimp than other chimps. So Lee Evans looks a bit like a chimp. Is he half chimp, half human? No, he's a human who looks a bit like a chimp. That's libelous.
Yeah.
That's a bit insulting, isn't it?
Have you
Should we
there.
just play some music?
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
I'll get back to you on that.
Yes. TikTok, that's Coldplay and Clocks on XFM 104.9.
Actually, can I tell you a Coldplay coming in a couple of weeks' time to co-host Zoe Ball's show?
Right, 1, don't ever interrupt me. 2, don't tell them about other people's shows.
No.
Okay, moving on, thank you.
Please do not mention that there are any other television celebrities on this channel, on this station. We don't want to convince people it's only Ricky.
But the interruption was the main thing.
Sorry.
Well, we can't get hold of Carl, right? We looked. It's got his old number out there.
What, his home number?
Yeah, it's a hold on. So we went to the new records. He hasn't even given him this new home number. So something's funny going on. He doesn't want to be contacted. He hasn't given me his home number. I've tracked down a friend who's looking it for us. That phone might ring any moment. I apologise for that. But why is Carl not available?
It's interesting that neither you or I, and I like to think of ourselves as being fairly close friends of Carl.
Yeah.
We have made him the man he is today. We cannot get in touch with him.
In the same way that bloke bought Oliver.
Sure.
I think that Carl is now ours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. I think very much that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl is very much like a humanity.
If we're going to lose contact with him and find him 5 years in a circus in Manchester.
Exactly, they're doing experiments on him.
Yeah, and they go,
we can't figure him out.
Yeah. Well, there's something wrong with his
looks like
chromosome.
a human,
He acts like because usually humans stand upright.
Yeah.
And Carl likes to walk on all fours whenever he can.
Yeah. He's not interested in other human women, he's only interested in apes.
Yeah, it
doesn't make sense.
Oh my god. And he's bald.
He is bald.
Oh look, there's as much evidence for Carl being a human Z as Oliver.
Yeah.
I think there's more. And
well, Carl barely walks upright.
I know.
Scared of fire.
Yeah, I know. It is interesting, isn't it? Oliver was built, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why were you looking, Rick? I'm interested that I couldn't. What? Your eyes were kind of uncontrollably drawn
Steve, they were
towards
just
his.
there.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just looking at his face.
No,
Sorry, Rick, but if there's something you want to get off your chest.
yeah, and that was the human part of it then, was it? Being built like that? Because that's humans, but...
Yeah.
Although Carl's is very tiny and hidden behind. And I've noticed something else as well. He's got a big red arse.
That's true.
Hasn't he?
Yeah. It's all beginning to slot into place.
And I've seen him climb up a cabinet and eat a banana as well. Just to...
Yeah.
Over lunchtime.
And peel it with his toes.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to track him down, because he's malingering. He's definitely
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he's at home now, in the garden, swinging on his tyre. He's not ill.
I think more truthfully, someone said to me, that I said Carl might be ill, they said, right, are you not going to do the radio show then?
Well, that's what annoys me.
I mean, that's the biggest problem, is that, let's be honest, we haven't got anything without Carl.
All we've got is the hook. People are staying listening, because eventually they think we might get through to him at home.
Yeah.
And there'd be fun on this show to be had.
If we don't get in touch with Carl, I think we may as well just shoot off and leave Claire to do the show.
I've got some great music. Is that not a...
Well, it's a small.
You could leave the music with
conversation.
me. I could just play
It's not
it.
really
That is true,
tenuous
isn't it?
to be here.
Okay, well, play some great music now,
Play a
Steve.
great tune.
Okay, wedding present, Steve.
Yeah, I'll explain what it is afterwards. Just play it. It's a joy.
There's a monkey theme.
There is a
monkey connection. Call in if you know the answer.
Doing their cover version of Pleasant Valley Sunday. That's from this new compilation of those. Remember they brought out a load of 7 inches.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. It was my favourite day.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the B, do you remember on the B side of each one there was a cover of a different song?
Steve, I even played the B-side of each one and listened to the song. The connection there that we were talking about was, of course, it was by the Monkeys.
Indeed.
Indeed. Yeah.
Brilliant.
They turned up in yesterday's episode, didn't they?
Oh.
A lot of people I'm sure won't have seen this documentary. It was on Channel 5 after all.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
always feel like we should remind people that what we're actually talking about. If we just happen to mention Oliver, a lot of people don't know what that means.
Yeah.
If we explain that it is the primate version of Carl.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the sort of shorthand, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. But they were on a the
Human Z.
The Human Z. He was on a Japanese TV show. They were doing experiments on him to find out if he was half human, and the monkeys happened to be there.
Yeah.
Nicky Dolenz saying, I'm quite interested to find out because I'm a monkey. One of the
Brilliant.
monkeys. It was
Excellent.
extraordinary. It was utterly bizarre. Of course, we've been off jetting around the world, Claire. I don't know. I don't want to boast. I'm sure you don't want to boast either.
Carl
but,
told me you'd been off, off to the States.
Yeah, that was the reason we weren't here the last couple of weeks. That we went to Los
Business
Angeles.
or pleasure?
It was a little bit of business, a little bit of pleasure. I like to combine the two.
Nice.
It was, we were, meeting, a company about doing The Office for America.
Actually redoing it.
Yeah,
not
redoing it
with
with
or any of the cast, but
No.
with American actors.
American actors doing it.
But the thing was, they were flying us over, and it was like the whole business class trip. Spending a little bit of money, and
Virgin Upper Class, actually.
Virgin Upper Class.
I'd like to
Excellent.
recommend
Nice.
that.
Excellent.
Excellent
It's
service.
brilliant.
Very good service.
Definitely
Easy.
get free flights now.
Easy.
Definitely.
Easy.
Brilliant, yeah.
Richard Branson, lovely bloke, and I love
It's
Tubular
brilliant.
Bells.
I don't think he owns it anymore.
Does he not?
But he's still a
Still a
lovely
great
bloke.
guy.
He's still a good. What does he own? He must own something we can get.
Oh, does he involve with Virgin Records anymore?
Wouldn't have thought so. I don't know.
No, V2.
Well,
What does he do?
V2. And Virgin V.
What's that?
Right.
Virgin V's some
that
sort of
phones?
beauty products or
Brilliant.
something.
What
about-
whatever.
Virgin underwear.
Brilliant. Whatever.
Yeah, give us some of that.
Anything's
Give us some of
free,
that,
anything's free.
Branson. Give us some of that.
But I was going to New York before going on to Los Angeles, where all the meetings were, just for a little, just meet some friends over in New York. And it's amazing because Virgin Business Class, they pick you up in a sort of chauffeur-driven car. They drive you down. There's no you don't have to check in with all the wishful.
Virgin upper class. It's like
Yeah. It's you don't need to sort of queue up with the great unwashed, with screaming kids, with ordinary people.
Yeah.
You know, basically, they just send your information ahead to the airport, and you just drive through a kind of drive-through McDonald's-style check-in. They take your bag, they check your passport, boom, they drop you at the executive lounge, where there are, I swear to God, lovely free plums. I had 2 lovely juicy free plums in the executive. I haven't eaten plums for
If you
years.
get the bloke's name, but he had lovely juicy
dong.
free plums. All right, that's the sort of wit that I'm capable of.
That is why he is flying first class
He
to
meant
America to
to
discuss
suck them
comedy.
through. I changed it. I transposed the whole thing, so suddenly he was sucking on a man's testicles who he'd never met before.
Exactly.
For money.
Exactly.
That's the sort of things I'm capable
Which is
of.
only half true. So he's used his
There
comedy
was
mind.
no money involved.
That is why he was being jetted off to America to talk comedy. That is the kind of quality.
But it was great. It was a really lovely flight. It was a lovely car, luxury car, and the flight. It was like the advert. They've got those beds that sort of just
the
totally
seats
recline.
kind of recline, so it's almost
And
you can
you
see
got
horizontal.
anything you want as much. And I sort of like I was falling asleep, and I sort of woke up, and one of the air was like covering me with a blanket. It was like the advert.
Yeah,
it was just
crazy.
brilliant. All the lights came down.
A
and
woman comes around and says, "Do you want a massage during the flight?" You can have a massage
you can have as
during the
much
flight.
drinks, although you can't drink. You have a drink and then you fall asleep
Yeah.
because it's so comfortable when they take the lights.
So
out. Anyway,
anyway,
it's brilliant.
I can't believe my luck. So I'm driving down. I get to the airport in my chauffeur-driven car. Right, I'm sat there. I'm phoning people. My mum and dad. You never believe what I'm off to. I'm just in a car, just chauffeur-driven car. And I get to the airport, and you just hand your passport through the window of this car to this little woman who comes over. And I'm just there. I'm just sort of buzzing the window down, handing it to her, buzzing it back up. Like I don't want to talk. Check the passport. Take my luggage. I don't want to discuss things. You know who I am. And she hands the passport back through the window. She says, "It's expired." I went, what do you mean? She went, "It's expired." I said, "It's business class, what can you do? Can you do anything?" And she went, "No, we can send you to America, but 8 hours later you'll have to just turn around and come back. They won't let you through immigration." I was like, "What am I gonna do? I gotta go to Los Angeles and talk about, like, the office and that." And she said, "Well, it's up to you." So, the chauffeur-driven car drove me straight to the passport office down in sort of Victoria, which I have to say.
Back into town.
So I had to come back into town. I didn't get on a plane. I'm wearing my suit because I thought I'd wear the suit so I look like a real player. So I'm wearing
I
my
love
suit.
the fact that you wore a tracksuit because
Yeah,
I thought I don't need to get upgraded. I'm first class.
Exactly.
I wanted to go on in with pants and slippers, but you know, with
Wasn't that why she covered you with a blanket at one point? But, so they take me back down to, the passport. I don't know if you've had to go down and get your passport changed, but they treat you like you are an illegal immigrant, sneaking into the country. I'm wearing a suit, I've got luggage, you know, I'm clearly a dignified kind of guy, that's obvious. I'm speaking with a certain eloquence, I've got certain pennies. I've just been working on it in the car.
oh right, okay,
And,
go on.
and they said you've got to come back that night, so I had to come back. I had to get my passport.
He called
photos
me.
done, I had to buy a sandwich. I had enough change for the machine because it was an absolute nightmare. I began the day in a chauffeur-driven car on my way to Los Angeles to discuss business with Universal Television Pictures, and I ended the day on the tube in a suit with my luggage, stood next to one of the posters advertising this radio show, which was just embarrassing because people kept pointing and staring and laughing.
He called me, like they said, "Rick, I've really much." I go, "Go on." He went, "My passport as well." I went, "Oh, so what are you going to do?" He said, right, I quote, he went, "I didn't know passports expired."
Yeah.
I went, "What do you mean?" He went, "Well, your driving licence doesn't." I went, "What are you talking about?" He said, "How old do you have to be to know that?" He said, "When will I know all these things?"
Yeah. It is.
When will I know all these
Steve, I want
things?
to just come and hug you.
But do you know what I mean? Did you know that? Did you genuinely know that your passport expired?
I did, because my passport expired
Because she's
2 years
alive.
ago. And
Because she's
I went and
alive
renewed
in the
it.
world.
There is so much stuff that I don't know because I don't think I've reached a certain age yet. I remember you walking down the street once and you said there were some roadworks, and you said they're probably doing those roadworks because
And
it's the end of the financial year
they have
and
to
they've got to
spend their
spend the
budget,
money.
yeah.
I thought, well, how do you know that information?
Can I just tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't talk to cabs. I'm in chauffeur-driven cars. I put the little window up so they don't
how
talk
old
to
are you?
me.
How old are you?
28.
Are you old enough yet to help a long-distance lorry driver back into a car park?
Definitely not.
Oh, you're an idiot. Play a record.
And I'm also, I'm not old enough yet to be able to say, can I have a pint of lager, please, Chief? In a pub. I wonder I want to get to that age.
No, you're a long way off. Another classic there from Oasis, Supersonic on XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Claire Sturgis standing in for Carl. But where is Carl? Where is Carl?
So we've failed to get in touch with him at home.
Well, look, he doesn't want to be contacted. He's turned up every phone off. He hasn't given the XFM his new home phone number. He doesn't want to be contacted. I can't believe he's not listening, to be honest.
So you think he's listening now?
Yeah, he listened in Manchester. If he's not listening, he's out and about. I mean, has anyone spotted Carl?
What's your message to him, Rick, if he's listening?
Call up.
Anything else more sort of...
Call up or you're fired.
Okay. Any bad language you want to use? Obviously you can't really swear.
I can't really say it.
What sort of words? I mean, the F word, would you say?
I'd say the F word. I'd call him a twat.
Would you use the P word? I'm thinking of prick.
Prick, yeah. Definitely use that. not on air, but
Sure.
I'd call him a
What about
stupid
tits?
little prick.
Would you just say your tits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Little,
Alright.
little, you stupid little bag of tits, I'd say to him. I mean, privately.
What about the MF word? Because that's pretty intense. That's pretty hardcore. Do you think that this is not appropriate now? Do you think that would be too extreme?
I'm worried if I use that, and he was genuinely ill,
Sure.
I'd feel a bit of a
C word.
Cock, sure. Yeah.
Cock.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking of that.
I mean a male bird.
Sure, because we've got into trouble with that before.
Meaning penis, and we don't mean that.
Yeah, we don't mean penis.
But if anyone out there, sorry about that. It was a discussion about bad language. We weren't actually using it. But if any of you out there do see the little twat, get him to call XFM immediately.
Yeah, and likewise, if you're listening, Carl, you cheeky MF, well, you sexy MF, as Prince once said.
Yeah.
Give us a ring, because we'd love to talk to you. We just want to find out
Just
how you
call
are.
in. We know you're listening. Little Amy Man, Red Vines.
Brilliant.
Lovely track. On XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Claire Sturgis, in for Carl Pilkington, little... He hasn't called.
He may be really ill. I'm feeling a bit guilty.
How ill is he, though? I mean, do you know what I mean? How ill have you got to be to not be able to make a phone call?
Yeah.
I find that hard
I
to
got a
believe.
sore bottom, and I made it in.
Keep talking.
I pulled a muscle in my bum.
How?
I don't know. And it really hurts.
Have you tried to trace back through the week and figure out what may have happened?
I went to see the osteopath yesterday. He put an elbow in it for half an hour. I cried. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, they got detachable elbows for that. Prosthetic elbows.
The elbows. Just hold this elbow in there for 2 hours and...
Yeah. Can I take that away? You can take that away, though. I won't be needing that elbow for quite a while.
We had an email about Oliver the Humanzi. For those that didn't watch it, there was a documentary last night about a chimp that was supposedly a human or was half human or might seem like...
programme ever.
Yeah.
For a week, Carl has been saying it's gonna be brilliant.
I wish he was here
And
to
he's not here to discuss it, sadly,
Yeah.
but Lee Cranston has emailed in and says, I thought the best part of the Oliver programme was the guy Vincent Pace, the camp fella at the piano, telling how he first met Oliver. Quote, he grabbed his female owner, turned her around and bent her over and went to mount her. I made her an offer to buy him the next day. Vincent was then shown in a very nostalgic mood playing melancholic music. He obviously wanted some monkey action.
He really, that's
I mean, it is potentially liable.
That's liable. It's a joke there, but
I don't take any responsibility for what Lee Cranston says, or indeed the fact that he puts at the end, did he want to turn Oliver into a gay pansy? Question mark. That's Lee's thoughts and opinions, so they don't necessarily reflect those of XFM.
He sees the chimp mount a human and go, I've got to have that chimp. I must have that chimp. Oh, poor Carl. Where is he? Call
As
him.
you mentioned earlier, he was very well endowed, apparently. I didn't see it myself.
It was a big
boy.
chimp.
Big.
Sure.
A big half boy. A big half boy, half chimp.
Okay.
Honestly, Juan on XFM 104.9. Right, I just called Carl again. I've been calling him all the time, trying to get through to him, right? He's changed his message, so he is listening, and I've got proof. So, can you just call the number, Claire?
Yeah.
Right, call this number. Now listen to this. This is really annoying.
We should tell you now that this is not an amusing sketch or setup.
No.
What's happening there, Claire? Not quite happening for you?
No, it's alright. We'll try that again.
Try that again, Claire.
Yeah.
I'm livid now.
I'm genuinely annoyed, because you'll see, when you hear the message, you'll realise why. Right.
Okay, right. Let's try
I don't know who he thinks he is now. I'm beginning to wonder if his minor celebrity is going to his head. All this nice write-up in Heat magazine.
Yeah.
He's changed him. Richard Anderson, incidentally, has emailed in.
Go on.
Dickers Anderson.